What up, everybody? Welcome back to Furrow Publications YouTube channel. It's me, Rich. Daily uploads to open up my own shop. And today I want to talk about indie publishing, how to design and produce your own book. It's my next to read. This book, along with others that I'm going to get through, are books that I bought because Furrow Publication always had it in its aim to diversify what we're making, right? So like, yeah, the zines and the comics is one aspect of it. But the idea, the mission statement for Furrow Publication is to amplify and empower marginalized voices. Basically to bring diversity into the arts, as well as creating a more just distribution system for that, right? And so that's the mission. That's what I'm up to. And so the bookbinding equipment is something I set out to get, and I got it. And so now that we have that bookbinding equipment, it's time to do the pre-production work, which is really trying to figure out the nuts and bolts, the paper quality, and all that good stuff. I'm fortunate enough to know what I don't know and to do the homework, so that way I'm aware walking into it. So indie publishing, how to design and produce your own book, is the first book out of the pile that I bought that I'm gonna read. And obviously we'll get into it through the channel, right? Anytime this stuff brings any thoughts to my mind, definitely we'll cover that as well. But I want to look at the table of contents real quick, and also peep out when this was published. This came out in 2008, so it's a little dated, so it might not be the best, but I think this is not a bad jumping off point because I already have it in my library. All right, so table of contents, right? About book, publishing basics, design basics, fiction, poetry, zines, picture books for kids, picture books for adults, exhibition catalogs, portfolios, make your own books, production basics, handmade books, indie inspiration, designer as publisher, artist books as indie publishing. So for sure there's hella sections that just seem interesting to me, right? Like publishing basics, gotta double check. I might not know the basics that I think I know. Design basics and production basics and handmade books. Handmade books I would assume has bookbinding in there, but I'm not sure. So the book has 174 pages. You know, so in that way, if I read 10 pages a day, it'll take me 17 days to finish it. Something manageable, right? Definitely making sure I got the right cut of the elephant to chew over. So let's look at the back real quick. It says, this practical guide is directed at people from all walks of life who want to create and distribute their own content. From personal projects that use traditional bookmaking techniques to larger endeavors employing industrial printing methods. The authors address the business aspects of independent publishing, from how to get an ISBN and why you might need one, to using online distribution services and print-on-demand technologies. They also explore visual design principles, taking the reader step by step through the process of planning and producing a book that feels personal or professional, funky or fastidious. So definitely sounds like the thing I need to read prior to getting into the book binding system. But again, this is just one of many books that I know I need to get to and just sit down, do the homework, and really figure out the nuts and bolts of it all and get to that bookbinding finally, because that bookbinding equipment, I set out to get it last year, and I was able to attain the money through Furrow Publication, through the zines and comics and everything else that I was selling, to get to the point where I was able to purchase it. Now that it's purchased, it's been just there sitting, watching me get myself ready to go ahead and start executing that. So that's the plan. But alright, you guys, as always, there will be a link in the show notes to take you to furrowpublication.com, where you guys get the books, stickers, zines, and t-shirts that I make. Beyond that, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lates.